What's up guys, Dylan here. Today I wanted to talk about the death of RPG gaming. Some news has come out about Shadow of War, the sequel to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, which won Game of the Year, I might add. But the news for Shadow of War is not as good as it was for Middle-earth. And I have a sneaking suspicion that WB is behind some of the decisions that the developer has been forced to make. The headlines across the internet read, "You are able to buy better gear in the game with out-of-game currency." This is a hot topic among gamers. It's called microtransactions. WB has injected an RPG with microtransactions, and I don't think that this has been seen before. At least in the realm of AAA paid RPG titles. Yes, I understand there's plenty of microtransactions in free-to-play games, there's plenty of microtransactions in FPS online multiplayers, but in single-player RPG games, I don't know for a fact, but I don't think I've ever seen microtransactions in these kind of games before. I'm talking The Witcher 3, I'm talking Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, all the way back to the early 2000s. There were no microtransactions in these single-player games. But times are changing. Publishers realize what makes the money. Microtransactions, they make the money. And I think they make the money for a couple reasons. The first reason is games are too hard. So we're giving the gamers an opportunity to buy the loot. Now I don't think that games are too hard. I think that games are far too easy. I love a lot of the NES platformers. I love PS1 platformers. Gaming today caters to an easier audience, and that's why games like the Dark Souls series get so much backlash for being impossible. Gamers just aren't used to impossible games anymore. So the production companies think, oh, gamers don't like to work for their loot, let's just give them the ability to pay for it. Now WB comes in and says, if the average gamer doesn't like working for their loot and we can inject the game with microtransactions to give them the best possible loot in the game, why would we not do that to make a quick buck? And that quick buck mentality is what's going to ruin gaming as a whole. Not just RPGs, not just online multiplayers, MMO, free-to-plays. It is going to ruin the entire industry. Because if every publisher is looking to make a quick buck off of a game, the creative experience of gaming is going to be gone. The art style behind the gaming is going to be gone. Shadow of War is testing the waters. This is the first game that they're doing this on a large scale, a AAA title that has microtransactions in a single player. We are testing the waters here. This is going to be what sets the precedence for future titles. Now fast forward with me, 5 years into the future. Bethesda is about to come out with Elder Scrolls 6. They look at data from this game, and it was a massive success. WB made hand over fist money, and Bethesda thinks maybe we should implement microtransactions. Maybe this is going to be the first game where we have small transactions that help the player find better gear, level up quicker, get through quests easier. I almost look at these microtransactions as cheating, as a hack into the game. You get a cheated experience. You're getting gear that you would have gotten through a 60-hour experience, but you paid for it at a 5-hour experience. You just rushed the whole game. Where's the payoff of me building up my character and I go through glass armor and then I go through Daedric armor and I have a high-level character with awesome armor. Now I'm just going to have a level 20 wood elf with glass armor. Doesn't make any sense. And I use that example because WB has come out and said that there will be no armor sets or gear sets that are available to people that pay for them rather than people that get them through in-game currency. Now that confuses me a little bit because the person playing the game has two roads. I can play from 0 hours to 60 hours and get the gear, or I can play from 0 hours to 10 hours and buy the gear that the person got at 60 hours. Now, me being a rational person, it seems like I would much rather get my money's worth out of the game and play through the game to get the experiences, the side quests, get the gear, have the payoff. I don't understand the mindset of I'm just gonna pay for the gear and there's no payoff. I can almost understand microtransactions in games like Overwatch where there's a really cool skin and you're a high level, you don't get loot boxes very often, so yeah, I want to go buy 10 loot boxes, press my luck, do a little bit of in-game gambling is what they should call it, and try for the skin that I want. Yes, could I get that skin by doing in-game rolls? Absolutely. Would it take me 10 years to get the one skin that I want when I'm a super high level and I get a loot box once in a blue moon? Probably. So that makes sense to me, but when we're talking about an RPG, everyone has the same storyline that you gotta work through. You have the same gear options, the same weapon options, but you can pay for them or you can work for them. Why would you pay for them if you just spent $60 on a game so you can play through the game? It's like looking at your skill tree and seeing that the last perk on the skill tree is really freaking cool, but you have to be a level 100 in Skyrim to get that last perk. Well, damn, I guess I can just pay for it at level 20 and have that last perk right away and just breeze through the full game. I say, different strokes for different folks. If that's your prerogative to buy a $60 game and then buy a bunch of microtransactions so you can get the coolest stuff right away, to each their own. All I'm trying to say is it is going to change the way publishing companies look at selling games to you. And I think a second note that this is going to really change is the modding community among these RPG single-player games. A good example is GTA 5. 2K knows exactly how much money they can be making off of those shark cards, so those mods went away pretty quick when people were getting free in-game currency. Now, I'm not about cheating the system. If you want to buy the in-game currency with the shark cards, go ahead and do it. But I do not want mods as a whole to be affected when companies realize, maybe we could be selling these mods instead of giving them away for free. Everything in their eyes is a monetization opportunity. Now that we've got these microtransactions, they know players are willing to spend $2 here, $5 there, $10 there on a cool mod, $5 there on a skin. When does it end? This game is going to change the industry if it does well. All I'm saying is try not to buy the loot boxes and just play through the campaign. Alright everyone, once again, thank you for watching, and let me know what you think about Middle-earth: Shadow of War. And as always, stick right here for everything gaming.